either you're shy, you're introvert, you're everything. If you put work, if you put effort into learning anything, including how to talk to people, you can learn it. So I read a lot. Also, one of the things I didn't say in my intro. And one of my favorite book is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Right. And for everything, it's always great to say why. I had a why for coming to this podcast. I want to do more podcasts because people believe that I'm knowledgeable. And because of my busy schedule, I do not share a lot. There's a LinkedIn post that I wanted to write since like last week and I've still not written it. So every time a platform invites me to come and share my knowledge, I always jump at it because at least they are the one doing the sharing. Mine is just to show up and deliver the knowledge. Their task is to distribute if they like they're not doing well, right? Yeah, so that was my why for coming here today.
Yeah.
Oh, Cafe One, I've heard a lot about Cafe One. Okay, it's another opportunity to share my knowledge. Okay, great. They are going to distribute it. Great. They have good cameras. Shout out to you guys. Right. So when you have a why, and I'm not saying aspire. I promise you, this is not aspire to perspire. When you have a why, other things will add up. For example, I write it. Follow me on Twitter, Emmanuel Faith. I write a lot. The recent Moonshots by Tekaba, I wrote a thread on an introvert's guide to networking. And it blew up like mad. And people used it and it works for them. I feel like when you have a why, other things will come up. For example, what is your why? In that thread, I told her, what is your why of attending Moonshots by Tekaba? Right. You want to meet people. So you are too shy to talk to people. Wear a catchy clothes. Wear a tote bag that has your name on it or the name of your brand. Wear a tee that has a madass inscription that everybody will stop by to read. You don't even have to talk to people. People will talk to you. Right. Same thing, networking. What are you going to do? Find your friend that is a talkative, that is exactly your opposite, and tag along with them. I had a friend that did it. He did it Sote, got marketing role. Did it Sote, got technician. Now he's in the UK. Like any event, Emmanuel Faith, this event I want to go. Are you going? No, I am not. I'll buy you tickets. Let's go. Right. Emmanuel Faith, I want to meet these people. Come and introduce me. And like it tagged along to the extent that people did not even believe that I was an introvert anymore. Because he was now always riding on my energy till he was now able to like create his own energy and have his own circle that people will roll with. So the first is really to start with why. Why do I want to network? Is there a reason why I want to network? Is that reason big enough? Is it bigger than whatever discouragement and shyness and timidity and temerity that I'm feeling right now? So yes, so the why is bigger and great. So how? Do I need to read a book? When I just started out public speaking, I used to binge watch Toastmasters and TED Talk. Like I wanted to be as confident as that. And so when I'm speaking, like, oh my God, you're so eloquent. Of course I'm eloquent. Do you know how many TED Talks I've watched in this life? Do you know how many? I can tell you the winning Toastmasters from 2015 till 2023. Because I watched all the Toastmasters winning speeches. Right? I also feel like, and this is just general, I feel like people do not put in the work required to attain some level of excellence. People see excellence online, admire it, but they don't want to put in the work. Like, there are some opportunities that I don't get. I just laugh that, oh, but you have not put in the work. Because I know my friends that have gotten those opportunities, and I know the kind of work that they put in. And it falls into every other thing. How to speak to people, how to network, how to teach. When I used to write poetry actively, people were like, oh, come and teach me how to write poetry. And I give them a simple, I read 30 poems in 30 days. And analyze them and come back to me. I promise you, only 1 out of 10 people come back. Of those 1 out of 10 people, all of them are successful poets today. But where did the 9 people go? Right. So either you're shy, you're introvert, you're everything. If you put work, if you put effort into learning anything, including how to talk to people, you can learn it.
So it's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill.
And you can learn it. It's not, they didn't give birth to you.
They didn't, I promise you. I'm an introvert. That's
UK.
You will never believe it. People never believe it. If I just started talking about it, I just started talking about it explicitly because I realized that sometimes people made me an event and my energy is already like -10 and they're like, so I have to like sort of muster. So my friends were like, oh, do you know, just put it out there they're an introvert so that people don't think that you're proud. I'm an introvert. I literally learned like being socially extroverted.
Okay. That's it's very difficult for me to believe.
Because I put in the work over the years.
It's very difficult for me to believe. I will not, never would I have guessed. At all.
Only my closest of my closest friends know.
You have no idea what the type of work some people put in behind the scenes.
A lot of work.
You have no idea at all because like now, Emmanuel Faith is here, and you can see him. He's happy. He's talking, and he's not telling you he's an introvert. How do how do they how do they
Reconcile.
reconcile? It's
Yeah,
not.
I get. Yeah.
But you can do anything you put your mind to
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
really
Yeah,
how you take away.
that's the lesson you should get from this
Yeah,
particular revelation here.
you can put in
You
the
can
work to do anything
you
that
can
you
do
want
anything, really. You really
Yeah.
can. In terms of our reality, which
Mhm.
is the economic situation and all of that, we know that unemployment is very, very high.
to.
What are the root causes of this unemployment? Is it a skill issue from the applicants?
Mhm.
Is it solely an economic issue? What are the
Okay,
reasons?
factors.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a blend of a lot of things. Someone said if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, then explain it well. Yeah, so there's a macroeconomic downturn. That's the first
Yeah.
thing. It means that jobs are getting lesser and lesser that day. However, I think a positive lens that I would like to talk about is just, I don't know if that's another question entirely. I'm just going to chip in here. Is just the globalization of job opportunities.
Yeah.
It meant that thanks to tech, and I don't even mean working in tech. I just mean thanks to tech. I mean, I work with Africhange. Africhange is a Canadian company.
Okay.
We're fully remote. I work in Nigeria. I just told you before the call that I had a meeting with my colleague in Canada that had to move time, right? It means that it's not, before I sound like someone that's trending on Twitter, it's not like that's everybody's reality. It means that even though in Nigeria, the macroeconomy is shitty, you can position yourself for global opportunities. And I'm intentionally not saying tech. Either you're a designer, no, design is tech. You're an accountant, yes.
You not even say HR.
HR, you're an HR person, you're an accountant, you're a tax associate. The globalization of job opportunities has made it such that while the macroeconomy in the country is shitty, you do not have to depend solely on the macroeconomy. You can explore opportunities outside the country's macroeconomy while in the economy. I don't know if that's now another talking point you want to pick up.
Yes, it's actually another talking point. So there is fine. We know, we hear of it that, oh yeah, I'm working for a company in this, I'm working for a company in that. And when I had somebody in HR on this pod as well, I asked them this question, and I'm going to ask you. How best can people position themselves for these global opportunities? Because it's a tough race. The way the Nigerian economy is not doing so great. It's the same. It's very, very similar in other economies. Other economies are also facing some downturn. It's not. It's not like Nigeria's own, but it still exists. So how exactly do you position yourself so much that you stand out and you are a preferred choice for an international recruiter?
No, very rich question. And I probably know the guest that you asked. So let me put it out there that if it's competitive to get a Nigerian job, then it's probably 100 times competitive to get a foreign job. Because you're even if it's a company in Africa. If it's a company in Africa, you're a company in 52 countries. I think we are now 54. It'd be like say they don't add one island. if it's a global job, you're competing with 183 companies or 182 countries that exist. So if you're spending 2 hours to apply for a Nigerian job, then you are spending 6 hours to apply for a foreign job. And I am not being hyperbolical. Right. So second is literally to have a global perspective about whatever you're doing. Since I started my career, I've always positioned myself as a global HR. I remember when I even wrote my GPHR, very vain. But the reason why I wrote GPHR and not PHRI was solely because GPHR means Global Professional Human Resource Management. I'm not joking. I just wanted that global, right? I just wanted that global at the front of my name. So that, he has a global certification in HR. Right. So it's a lot of deliberate, strategically positioning yourself and equipping yourself for those global opportunities. I was teaching a set of HR, senior HRs, by the way, employer branding very recently, and all the illustrations I used were foreign. I mean, maybe not all, maybe like 70%, because I had to also use local Nigerian complaints for Nigerian context. And at the end of the class, someone sent me a DM that, oh my God, how do you know all these things? I said, I sleep and wake up on career pages of companies. So I literally wake up and I'm like, I want to see this. What are the top fintechs in UK? Great. What are the top 10 companies that have the most exciting career pages? and like go and Google career pages, and all like all I'm reading is, what's their core values? How did they sell their core values? How did they sell their benefits? How many people do that? Right. It then means that if I'm interviewing, even the type when I was interviewing for my role at Average Change, because I was just giving illustration. I was talking about Revolut. I was talking about like Top Town. I was talking about Wealth Simple. Like even when I joined, and I'm talking with, because we have guys in Canada and UK and US, and they are saying, I worked at this. I'm like, you mean Revolut? And like they are surprised I know Revolut. Of course I know Revolut. That I'm staying in Yanakwaja does not mean that I will not know Revolut. I know Revolut. I know Top Town. I know Barclays. I know Bank of America. I know Goldman Sachs. I know JP Morgan. I know McKinsey. I know what their career website look like. So it's that level of nitty-gritty attention to details. Like there are ways that you can position yourself for global opportunities without even applying yet. There is people that will now start calling you that I on my YouTube channel, I interviewed his name is Jobosin Chisa. He created a Google font called Ojuju. So if you use Google Docs, if you open Google Docs right now and you type Ojuju, a font will come up.
Okay.
And it was designed by a Nigerian. And we were just talking. I was like, he just used to talk about design. And not just design, he used to talk about type design. And he's always lamenting about how there are no African fonts on Google. And then one day he started doing different kind of sampling, and people would tag people, and someone from Ghana saw it, someone from South Africa saw it. And out of the blues, Google India, and that's also another thing that people miss out on. Diversity and inclusion, that stuff is real. It's not verbal. People hire for diversity and inclusion purposes. People get opportunities for diversity and inclusion purposes. Yes, they want you in the room because you are black. If you like, take it. If you like, say you don't want. Right. So Google, in one of their diversity and inclusion something for 2023, said they are looking to drive inclusive design. So they want African designers to come and design African fonts. Guess who was the first person called from Nigeria? Jobosin Chisa. Because he has been talking about it. He has been even iterating ideas about it. And that's how he got on the project. Let's not even talk about the money it was paid. The fact that when you open Google Docs today, you see Ojuju. And when you Google Ojuju, Jobosin Chisa comes up. It can never be broken in his life. Right? So, let's forget, before we even apply, are we thinking from a global perspective? Are we saying this thing that I'm doing every day at work, how does it solve a global problem? Even if you are working with Babajide and Sons right now. That's a good way to start.
Interesting. Very apt, honestly. Very, very apt. In your small corner, be doing your own. And if it's good, in the words of this guy, Opeyemi Famaki, if something is good, I will not lie. If it's
I will say it's good. And trust me, people will say it is good.
Yeah,
right? So
if
just
something is
do
good,
good
people
stuff.
will see it. And another thing that people don't really understand, I know that in this part of the world, you may not get the glory and the recognition, but like you said, these people are big on DEI. They actually
want you in the room.
Yeah, they want to
they want to meet their own quota too. So it's actually important that you're in the room. They want you in the room.
Yeah, you have
You
your
just have
own,
to prove that you're competent enough.
they are using you and you to use them back.
Yes, please.
Yeah, do me, I do you.
Use them. And guess what? I think the beautiful thing, and I like, if this was like a core talent management, global opportunities book, I probably talked extensively about it. My background is in economics. So in 2014, 2015, Bank of America and Goldman Sachs started recruiting from Nigeria. I remember the first open day they had was 2014. I was in 100 level. I didn't go. I went for the one in 2015 and a hotel and suit was filled up. From then, the kind of doors that opened for Nigerians and Ghanaians. Because they hire 4 people from Nigeria, 2 people from Ghana, and those ones go and do badass work. And so the next year, they are increasing the quota to 8.
Yeah.
And then the next year, they are increasing that to 20. Same thing happened with Bloomberg. Bloomberg started hiring from Nigeria 2017. I mean, a lot of Unilag guys, OAU guys, UNN, very like Unilorin, like some schools, maybe 1, 2. Then those ones did amazing work. 2020, post-COVID like this, they just created a DEI quota.
Yeah.
If you know how many Unilag and OAU graduates are in
that Unilag one,
they used to have
aware.
Hangouts. Nigerian Hangout in Bloomberg. So guess what? Again, remember I started the conversation about how Nigerians are excellent and brilliant people. So you just have to show up. You just have to show that like you are that person. I personally have like 2 mentees that mentored that went to Bank of America. They went to Bank of America, got junior, whatever, and got retained after. Ahead of their mates that finished from Yale, whatever. And they are students of like right here. One is even a 400 level student. I just assume next year. as a full-time associate.
Wow.
Yeah. One resumed last year as a full-time associate,
Really?
HR. So, like, position yourself, like, sell yourself. You have these things. Just show the world.
Interesting. It's been such an amazing conversation, and I'm sure that there are so many people that this episode is going to be helpful for. So many people, and it's not just vague stuff. It's insightful stuff that you can practicalize, from telling you that, document all your wins, to telling you how to position yourself for global opportunities, which is something that a lot of people are looking for now.
Yeah.
And to also using himself as a case study and telling you, okay, this is how I did this interview. I did 4 interviews here. I did 3 interviews here. Showing you that behind the scenes, you will put in the work.
Yeah, we
You
put
will
in
work.
the work. Yeah.
You will work. They did not tell us when we were children that the rest of your life, you just be suffering, working. They
But
didn't
we
tell
sound
us.
good, better, best. I will never rest. But in my good, do better. I will never rest.
They didn't tell us, but we're here in reality, and we're just, as much as we gain experience, we have to share and distribute that knowledge, like Emmanuel Faith has noted. We have to share our experiences, our knowledge. I was recording with a guest earlier, and she shared that the thing that she has noticed, because she was living in the UK before and she came back to Nigeria. Not even she was living, she was born in the UK, lived there with her family, and she came back alone to do her business in Nigeria. And she said she had to take time, like before she even started the business, she had to take time to do feasibility studies because no data. We did not know what was going on beforehand.
Nobody's documenting,
exactly.
nobody's sharing.
So even in our personal lives, it shows that we don't document. Talk less of industries. Industries hardly document. You can't easily get data of a Nigerian company and say, oh, how did this Nigerian company grow their first or get to their first 1,000 signups? The information is not there. But if you just go and check, how did Facebook get its first 1,000,
you would see someone has written about it.
You will see it. It's there. It's available. So things like this, it starts from somewhere. One generation will have to pick it up and prioritize it before it now becomes a habit. Habits do not just come out from nowhere. You actually have to start building it generation over generations. So please take everything that Emmanuel Faith has said here seriously, because it's for your own good and it's for the good of the whole country. It's for the good of the whole country, really. If everybody upskills and if everybody gets better employment opportunities, it helps the economy. It really does help the economy. And I hope that at least we've been able to, even if it's just scratch the surface, we've done something. We've done something. We've tried. So if when you follow Emmanuel Faith personally, you will also get more information from him, right? He's going to definitely share, or he definitely shares a lot of information. He has his own YouTube channel as well, where he invites people. He mentioned it here that he invited the creator of the Ojuju Fund.
Yes, you can search for Emmanuel Faith on YouTube.
Okay, so please, as much information as you can, spend your time consuming information that is helpful to you and your career. And in 5 years, you'll be happy that you did.
Yeah, actually, that's a good.
You'll be like Emmanuel Faith that's been in lead positions for 5 years now.
Because I'm still hustling, I beg. I went to lower. Okay, then, this is where we wrap up. Let me wrap up for you.
Yep.
Thank you very much for listening. If you stayed up to this point, share, like, subscribe. Share, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
It was nice being a guest at Cafe One Pod.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Faith.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you guys in our next episode. But before then, don't forget to follow us across social media, X, Instagram, and TikTok at Cafe One Nige. That's CAFEONENIG. We'll definitely drop contact information for Emmanuel Faith. So if you have questions, anything, share with us in the comments, and also follow him on his social media pages. See you in our next one, guys. Bye.